Newport Harbor coaching staff, please welcome head coach, Mr. Dominic Malone. Assistant coaches, Mr. Regal P. Young, Mr. Noah Hunter. Tonight's referee, please welcome Mr. Gordon Hill. At 106, for Cerritos, Christian Espinoza. And 113 for Cerritos, Mr. Hayden Gang. The Newport Harbor, 120s for Cerritos, Christopher Pasquale. The Newport Harbor, Kobe Khan. 126 for Cerritos, John Crawford. The Newport Harbor, Gio Santapasso. 132 for Cerritos, Nate Gayo. The Newport Harbor, Matthew Quinton. 138 for Cerritos, Brandon Gullion. The Newport Harbor, Joshua Martinez. 145 for Cerritos, Emilio Seja. The Newport Harbor, Adrian McKinnon. 152 for Newport Harbor, Dante Endo. The Newport Harbor, Chase Judd. Rodolfo Munoz. 285s and win by forfeit for Cerritos, Saeed Iqbal. We begin tonight's round at the 120s. For Cerritos, Christopher Pasquale. For Newport Harbor, Kobe Khan, 120.
Bienvenidos, aloha, and welcome into TarTV. We are live from Ralph K. Reed Gymnasium, and it is time for some postseason wrestling. Alex Crawford, Dominic Ballone with you here. The coach, Dominic Ballone, live from Newport Harbor High School. Round 1, CIF duels, Division 6, Newport Harbor versus Cerritos. Coach, when was the last time you guys made CIF duels as a team?
We made CIF. We made.
Let me turn your mic up a little bit. There we go.
Let's do it. Hello.
There we go.
Check.
I got
I'm
you.
out here. We made CIF duels 2 years ago, where we wrestled over at Rim of the World High School. So this is our second time making CIF duels since I've been the head coach here, and because of COVID, we're wrestling one match at a time. So previously, CIF duels was a one-day tournament, 16 teams, all at one location.
Okay.
Working their way through a bracket throughout the day. Now, because of COVID, we can only have 2 teams competing at a time. So this is spread out over 4 different days, every Tuesday and Saturday for the next 2 weeks. This is the first round.
So I saw winner today wrestles the winner of Montebello versus Valley View, and that will be on the 29th. So that's on
correct.
Saturday, right?
That's on Saturday. That's correct.
We're underway. Our first match, 120 pounds. Kobe Khan, the sophomore from the Sailors, taking on Christopher Pasquale from Cerritos. 2 minutes on the clock, and we're underway. Kobe Khan going to work and getting a takedown right off the bat.
Kobe Khan is very, very talented. His takedowns. He's controlling the match early.
What's his style, Coach?
Style is to be pretty strong on the takedowns and aggressive. He does love his crossface series, as you see here.
That's Kobe Khan getting some near fall points. Right off the bat, a good start for the Sailors. Kobe Khan, 2 pins on the season, 4-2 on the year. Really close to that 3rd pin.
He's working on that cradle.
And he got it!
Starts the Sailors off right with a 6-point lead.
How about that? 6-0 Sailors up on the Cerritos Dons. And our referee today, Gordon Hill, slapping the mat early. Under 1 minute into the opening match. Coach, I'm not super familiar with CIF duels. How does it feel for your squad as the head coach? It's funny. Oftentimes I'd ask my color commentator, put yourself in the head coach's shoes. You are literally wearing the head coach's shoes. In the head coach's seat, embroidered, Coach Ballone. How does it feel to have your team go out to a 6-0 lead here against Cerritos?
Feels great. To be fair, we start this dual meet at 120, and it's kind of a stronger part of our lineup. We got some talented kids, 120s to start off at, and it was sort of. I was sort of expecting a victory here, but it feels nice to get it, for sure.
Now we're up to 126. Giovanni Sabatasso wrestling against John Crawford from Cerritos. And Sabatasso, another strong wrestler, undefeated on the year, 6-0 with 4 pins. And he's right to work with the takedown. Newport Harbor up 2-0.
He's wrestling your namesake.
I know.
Working a chicken wing for a moment there. Now he's trapping the forearm. Sabatasso likes to get the pin early. He doesn't like to delay a match if necessary. So Here he is.
Is
with
that the
barbed
chicken
wire.
wing?
That's
Oh,
the
the
barbed wire.
It doesn't look fun. Whatever it is, it doesn't look fun. And Sabatasso gets 2 near fall, going up 4-0. Just 40 seconds into this match. Wrestling, as you said, my namesake, John Crawford.
Yeah, and he's got a half Nelson in, a really nice half Nelson. He should be able to turn that. He's got it nice and tight. He's taking his time now. This is, if he traps that near arm, now he's in this north-south position. This is a real tough position to get out of if you're on the bottom wrestler.
Crawford is trapped in the middle of the mat. Our referee, John Gordon Hill, sorry. John Crawford.
And another slap.
Is pinned. Another slap from Gordon Hill, our official. 2 quick pins by the Sailors to go up 12-0 to start off the dual meet. Like you said, a little bit expected. The heart of the Sailors lineup here, starting at 120, going up to 126. Giovanni Sabatasso remains undefeated on the year, 7-0 now. We move down to the 132-pound weight class. The freshman, Matthew Pignon.
Coach's son. Coach's son, Matthew Pignon, has been wrestling for a while. So a freshman making the lineup, but he's a quality varsity wrestler, even though it's his first year.
Sailors up 12-0 now in the dual meet.
Hello, everyone out there. My mother's and Bill are out there in Henderson, Nevada.
I love our viewership in Henderson.
Yeah,
it always spikes during these wrestling broadcasts. I think that's thanks to your mom.
Yes. And then my wife is certainly at home watching.
Well, shout out to her.
Yeah, probably some teachers at Newport Harbor. If you're out there listening, thank you for watching. Newport Harbor teachers.
We appreciate it. And we're up to the 132-pound weight class. Matthew Pignon, the freshman, taking on Nate Dotto from Cerritos. Sailors leading 12-0 in this dual meet. 30 seconds in, no points on the board. What's Pignon trying to set up here, Coach? He got the takedown.
He finished a double leg. Welcome, Cerritos Dawn fans, as well. We sent the live stream out to the Cerritos community. So if you weren't able to make the match today, welcome.
We appreciate all our viewers from both sides. Pignon going to work real close, and yes, now he is getting some near fall points from our official Gordon Hill.
Looks like we got 2 near fall there. So that was a tilt maneuver to get some near fall points. So he's pressuring the arm. A quick stand up. Okay, we got to climb up the legs without locking hands here. And good. Got back into the right position.
And they're going to go out of bounds. Clock will stop. 37 seconds. Sailors, Pignon leading 4-0 over Nate Dotto from Cerritos. We'll move on to the 138-pound weight class next, where Josh Martinez will wrestle for the Sailors against Brandon Guillen for Cerritos. Coach wearing multiple hats today, Coach Ballone, as he's taken off his headset to bark out some instructions. And that's a quick 2 points, a reversal for Nate Dotto. Final 20 seconds of this opening period. Dotto now going to work on top. And Pignon working to get that escape. Final 10 seconds, short time here in the first period. Sailors still up 4-2 in this match. Pignon, did he get the reversal? He got it! Right at the buzzer, Pignon turns it around. 2 more to his tally, 6-2 now. Pignon leads over Nate Dotto. Beautiful reversal there, right in short time.
Yes, reversal with a little, maybe 3, 4, 5 more seconds. Could have maybe got a pin at the end of the first there.
Well, Coach, we'll take what we can get. We're happy to have the reversal points, all right?
We're happy to have an 8-2 lead. I have my record. Did he award near fall right at the end of the period? What? Yeah, be ready because if they dodge Josh, you're in. Get ready.
Second period underway. 8-2. Pignon leads for the Sailors over Nate Dotto, 132-pound weight class.
We got a 2 reversal.
And that's a reversal for Cerritos. The Dons making the trip up the 605, or down the 605 to the 405. To Irvine Avenue to wrestle here, opening round. Ooh, brutal takedown there.
It was actually a mat return to be.
Thank you. See, that's, I say takedown, but no. The official, Gordon Hill, did not signal 2 points. It was a return
to
the
mat.
rubber. What's the
Yes.
mat made of? Is it rubber?
It's Resolite. I mean, it's made by Resolite. It's foam.
Foam. Man, return to the foam.
Yes. So Matthews working a kind of a dangerous situation here, but he did scramble out of that.
Reversal.
Oh, he did trap the arm. Very good technique there to keep the wrestler on his back.
He's getting
He's
near
got a
fall points.
real strong pinning combination
Oh,
now.
that's a pin. Yes, that is
real
a
strong
pin.
pinning combination.
I was waiting for Gordon Hill to make it 3 in a row for the Sailors, and he does, slapping the mat. Second period pin for the freshman Pignon. You can't spell Pignon without P-I-N. And he gets one here, his third of the season.
Very nice.
Moving
very
to 4-2. I know you're
You've
a
been
fan of the
working
punts.
that. You've been working it. You've been working
waiting
that out.
For that.
And
I've
here
been
we
waiting
are.
for that one. And the Sailors are up 18-0 right now. A great start here in this dual meet.
And they have the option here it looks like they have, on their team, they have a 38-pounder, but I believe they do not have a 145-pounder, if my memory serves. And so
there's some potential strategy taking place here.
But, yeah, they decided to field their 38-pounder against our senior Josh Martinez.
So I believe that's Brandon Guillen against Josh Martinez as we move to the 138-pound weight class. Josh Martinez, the senior, 1-2 on the season. Quick 2 points for him on the takedown. Martinez 1-2 with 1 pin.
Josh Martinez is a really good athlete with a pretty good energy, pretty big gas tank. He actually swims for Newport Harbor as well.
That rare wrestling swimming combo.
Yes. He just finished his swimming season just this week, and now he's looking to make a run into the CIF.
Well, that is some amazing cross-training, swimming and wrestling. I really don't think that's a combo you see too often, is it? I mean, I don't remember a lot of that from my day.
No, not super common. I will tell you, in my days, the old war stories, I wrestled in high school, but I also played water polo and swam.
You played water polo?
I did.
Wow.
I'm gonna be real honest and say I wasn't very good at it, the water polo, but I did enjoy it.
And some near fall here for Josh Martinez.
And he's working for a fall here.
Can he get the pin? It would be his second of the year.
Josh Martinez does have the tendency to get himself in less than high percentage pinning combinations. Let's say that.
3 near
Three
fall.
near fall.
And Sailors, Josh Martinez, 7-0. Final minute of this opening period against Brandon Guillen from Cerritos. I think I hear Jack Larner sprinting on the hardwood, warming up below.
You do.
He's known for that. 35 seconds to go in the opening period. Martinez patient now. What's he trying to say? Is that a half Nelson he's trying to work?
So he's crashing the arm, got a good tight waist, doing a pressure right now. He's got him flat. He's trying for a barbed wire. He's got that cross wrist, cross tricep. He's got a pretty good lock, but then, it's kind of loose right now. But like I said, he kind of does things just his own way a little bit. Sometimes it works, sometimes not. But right here, it seems to be working.
6 seconds, 5 seconds to go in this period. Can he get the pin? No.
In this situation, he's got to get his head up. What I tell him is to not look at the pin. That gives the ref a clear view of the pinning combination, and it also forces your chest down to make the wrestler go a little bit flat.
A strong start for Martinez, 10-0. He leads. Sailors lead against Cerritos' Brandon Guillen. At the start of the second period, wrestlers will start in neutral, 2 minutes on the clock. Sailors leading this dual meet 18-0. Good start. Ooh, what's that move?
He shot for a low single.
I like that.
It was very effective. He did choose to go neutral by the coach's decision, I saw. They wanted him to do some takedowns, and so here he is. He cut him loose, going again. He felt confident with his takedown situation.
12-1. Sailors lead. Martinez, nice sprawl. Can he get around for the takedown?
He's got to get his left hip down. Good. Start pressure on the head. He got his left hip down. His left arm is in an awkward position. He's got to get it there. He's got to get it on the near side, stuff the head, start putting his hips back there and circle around.
There we go. 2 more.
It looks like 4 years of wrestling have paid off right there.
Well, it's all coming together.
It's all coming together.
It's all coming together on the foam, on the mat, here at home.
The foam.
So, Coach, like I said, I'm not super familiar with CIF duels, but with this COVID format, it's kind of fun
It is kind of fun.
All these dual meets.
Oh, we got a nice pinning combination here. He's a little bit high, but it did work out for him.
Boom.
Yeah. What did he do?
He pinned him.
Oh, he pinned him.
Yeah, four in a row for the Sailors to open up the dual meet.
You can't say Martinez without
Matt.
pin. Matt.
You can't spell Martinez without M-A-T.
That's right.
That's
There
where
you
he
go.
put the back of Brandon Guillen for the 4th pin in a row for the Sailors.
This is a great start for the Sailors.
That's got to feel good. I mean, how do you feel right now, Coach? I'm sure you're not breathing easy. I'm sure there's still I know there's a lot of matches left, but what's your temperament right now going up?
Things are looking good.
30-0.
30-0 after this forfeit. We're going to get a forfeit here at 145s. They don't have a wrestler. And then and now we're going to have Magnus and Judd to opt into each of these weight classes. So yeah. And then, remember, we have 2 senior standouts coming up at 170s and 195s.
That's Jack Larner and Aiden Gassel for the Sailors. But right now we're at the 152-pound weight class, and this will be Chase Judd against Nante Endo.
So we did a last-minute strategic move here. We're putting Magnus against Endo, and we're switching Judd into the 160-pound weight class.
That's where he'll wrestle Daniel Victoria from Cerritos.
So a little bit of strategy, a little bit of gamesmanship here.
What is the strategy there? Why did you switch Judd and Magnus?
I'm gonna leave some things as a secret. How about that?
We know we got Cerritos listeners, and we might have viewers from Montebello or Valley View, which if this result holds, I don't want to, get ahead of ourselves, but you might be having. We could even be hosting another meet here.
It's possible. We gotta make a run for. If we were to win tonight, we will be traveling on Saturday. That's guaranteed. But then, after that, if we get a victory, it's a coin toss. But anyway, yes. Any fans looking to scout us here, you're gonna have to wait until we wrestle you to find out why we do that strategy. I will certainly tell you off the air. How about that?
That sounds good. I just like to know just for me.
You got it.
And it's a 4-0 lead for Cerritos and Nante Endo, 152-pound weight class, wrestling. I'm sorry.
Ian Magnus.
Good. The strategy, I got all my notes switched up here. Ian Magnus, a sophomore, looking for his first win of the season. 0-5.
Correct.
Is Magnus. What a better time to come alive than the first round of the postseason.
What I'm seeing here is a lot of heart. He's fighting. He's working. Magnus is a good gas tank also. If he can get this thing deep into the match, I think his chances improve. He is caught here in a really tough position. He's given up the crossface and the far arm. He's about to be in a real tough pinning combination to get out of.
Well, Nante Endo, 152-pounder from Cerritos, a senior veteran wrestler, rocking the arm sleeve tattoo, and he comes away with the pin. Magnus still seeking that elusive first win of the season. And that will be the first loss on the mat today for the Sailors. 30-6 now the score in favor of Newport Harbor in the dual meet. Nante Endo coming away with the win for Cerritos. And we move on to the 160-pound weight class where Chase Judd, Sailors Jr., will be wrestling against Daniel Victoria from Cerritos. Judd, 1-5 on the year. That one win was a pin for the junior. And I know last time we had a live stream of wrestling coach in the Battle of the Bay. Judd was nursing a hip injury. How's that leg doing tonight?
It is on the mend. He's been rehabbing. I would not say it's 100%, but I will tell you he's a fierce competitor, and it would take a lot more than a little hip injury to keep him off the mat.
Well, I saw that grit and determination.
Half Nelson was needed there on that mat return, that takedown.
That was a takedown.
That was a takedown. And he missed his half opportunity on the way down. But he is controlling that spiral ride, cross wrist, cross tricep. Oh, he did lock hands there.
So
we call that cheating in my wrestling room.
That's going to be, is that a warning or that's
that
1
is
point
a penalty
for Cerritos?
point,
Okay.
yes. So we have a little tradition in practice to teach the kids the proper rules if a kid in practice does an illegal wrestling move, a locking hands, a full Nelson, something like this, we chant out in a joking manner, "Cheater!" And the whole team sort of parrots that to kind of teach in a fun way.
To shame them into not doing that.
Correct.
That's a good strategy.
It's very friendly, but yes, a little bit shaming.
2-1, Sailors lead. Chase Judd over Daniel Victoria in the 160-pound weight class. We'll have Jack Larner, undefeated on the season, up next for the Sailors.
We do have our athletic trainer on site as standard procedure. So, but if Chase is having a little bit of difficulty, he can get a little support from our athletic trainer, Rachel. Rachel, Mrs. C, down there.
She's everywhere.
She's everywhere.
She's at I feel like she's in 2 or 3 places at once sometimes.
All right, so a little bit of a nice work on bottom for Cerritos.
Uh-oh. Judd's in trouble. Some near fall points for Daniel Victoria. 30 seconds remaining. Judd working out of it, though.
He did work out of it. He got a little bit sloppy.
Oh, he got the escape.
He does get the escape.
20 seconds to go.
What I am curious about, there was a reversal. Did they award the near fall? I missed it. I don't see it up on the scoreboard.
They didn't put it on the scoreboard, but the official did signal it. Gordon Hill signaled it. So
did they signal any near fall? Did you see any near fall?
Yes, they did. They did signal near fall.
Okay,
they did signal near fall.
So we got a little bit of a score discrepancy up on the scoreboard, but by my record, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, probably 7-3 in favor of Cerritos.
Yeah,
maybe 8-3, depending on. Did you see if it was a 2 near fall or a 3 near fall?
You're asking a lot of me now. I saw the
Okay.
near fall. I don't know if it was a 2 or 3, but it looks like our official Gordon Hill is clearing it up at the scores table because there was certainly near fall awarded to Daniel Victoria. Cerritos winning this match heading into the second period. Tough competitor Chase Judd from the Sailors side. Fought through a hip injury in that match against Corona Del Mar. Showed a lot of grit and determination there. And like you said, he's a fierce competitor, the junior. And we'll get the updated score here in a second.
You guys are chatting in the center mat. It's kind of nice to see the sportsmanship.
And they're probably happy to catch their breath a little bit after that first period.
A little bit, yeah.
Cerritos coach Robert Paramaki over there.
With Coach Pignon. Working out the details, trying to figure out the score. It's either going to be 8-3 or 7-3, depending on how much near fall was awarded.
Coach, is this your guys' first time wrestling Cerritos in a duel, or
That is correct. I haven't wrestled Cerritos in my tenure.
Wow. And you've been here, how many years have you been at the helm?
This is, I started, my first season was 99-2000, so I think that makes it 22 years.
That's a long time.
It's been a few years.
That's
How old
a
are you?
long time.
You're 18, 19?
I'm 30.
Okay, so,
I graduated from here in 2009.
Let's say when you were in about 3rd or 4th grade is when I started.
That's crazy.
Yeah, how about that?
I remember taking Algebra 2 from you back in 2006. So,
yes.
And it feels both like yesterday and like a
million years ago.
Or 2 decades or 3 decades ago.
Love it.
And I forgot everything I learned in that class. So
no, you didn't.
That's why I couldn't even tell you if he held up a 2 or a 3 for the near fall.
I didn't teach that in that class. That's where I fell short, I think.
Well, you didn't teach digits. You didn't teach how to count.
Okay, 7-3. So
okay.
That is was a 2 near fall and not a 3 near fall awarded. So that does match up.
So a little bit of a breather for our 2 wrestlers in the 160-pound weight class. Daniel Victoria from Cerritos and Chase Judd from Newport Harbor. After Gordon Hill clears things up at the scorer's table, we're back at it. Victoria will be on bottom. Heading into the second period, it's a 4-point lead for the Cerritos Dons in this match. It's a 24-point lead for the Sailors overall in this meet.
Okay, we got a control. The Cerritos wrestler almost got free, but Chase Judd was able to recover. Chase Judd did get a nice cradle there. He might get the fall here.
Oh my gosh.
That was a very dangerous, what we call suicide cradle, but it did work. It is not high percentage, and it could result in it could have resulted in getting stuck.
So that's a risky move by Judd. But it paid off there, and Sailors are within 1. Judd pulls within 1.
Now we're within 2 because of the escape point.
Cerritos gets the escape, 8-6.
So we have some sort of debris on the mat. I don't know if that's oh my. That was a nice lateral drop attempt. Chase rolled through it really well. Good wrestling by both. Good work by both wrestlers.
Seen a whole bunch of different moves. Both wrestlers reaching into their bag of tricks here on the mat. And Cerritos back up 10. Back up 4. 10-6 is the score.
A nice half Nelson attempt. He's really working it hard. Chase rolling through on it. Very good. Both wrestlers going at it. Love to see it.
Beautiful rolling by Judd to stay alive in this one.
Victoria with a wonderful half Nelson attempt. He's going again.
Can Judd roll through it again?
Judd
He
rolls
does.
through it again. He's playing with fire a little bit. Sometimes you get a little bit out of gas, and then you can't all the way roll through. So he's got to fight those half Nelsons before they get to the danger zone.
10 seconds remaining in this second period. Judd rolled through a couple pinning combinations. Can he stay alive heading into the third and see what's left in the gas tank? He does.
Okay, now Newport Harbor gets choice. It does look like
Judd is exhausted.
he does look a little bit exhausted. A little bit of to give away. He's been battling a little bit of a stomach bug. I'm not making excuses per se, but he hasn't been able to be at 100% the last 3, 4, and 5 days.
Well, we talked about the grit
Yes.
of Chase Judd battling through a hip injury to wrestle in the Battle of the Bay dual meet, because who doesn't want a chance to wrestle their crosstown rival?
That's right.
Now fighting through a little bit of a stomach bug. And what?
He's had a little bit of bad luck this season with the injuries and the
Oh, just a
different
junior?
ailments.
He'll
Just
get
a
one
junior.
more.
And he is going to have to dig deep here because Victoria from Cerritos is on the move. You can see he's still got some energy. He's still working different moves. So we'll see what kind of heart Chase Judd can put out here in the last 2 minutes.
And that's what this third period's all about, heart and grit. We know
Yes.
Judd's got a ton of it, but does he have anything left in the tank? He looked pretty exhausted there after that second period.
He does. Okay, we do have a stalling call. Chase is not moving so much on the bottom. So that could result in more points for Victoria. Another half Nelson attempt. Another rolling through attempt.
Wow.
He still has enough to pull that off.
Judd rolls through it again.
I do anticipate another stalling call here in just a moment, which is gonna award Cerritos, the rest of Victoria, with another point. Here's a nice crossface attempt, a cradle attempt that Chase has thwarted, but now, okay, there's the second warning that I was anticipating. So now we got another penalty point.
So it's
coming.
a 5-point lead for Cerritos,
We
6
do
to 11.
have a minute, 45 seconds. We got another roll through attempt. Oh, we got a little. He's gonna have to fight here.
Oh,
He's gonna have to fight.
can Judd roll out of it
He's
again?
got to get his arm down. He is giving up near fall. We got 30 seconds left.
Judd giving it all he's got. He rolls back out of it. Oh, my
He
goodness.
does.
Avoiding the
Now
pin.
he's in a tough spot with 20 seconds to go, but he does have some fight.
Oh, my gosh. Chase Judd
Okay.
back from the dead. Final 12 seconds of this match. Can Judd stay alive and avoid the pin? Victoria trying to get him pinned. 5 seconds to go. Can Judd fight out of it one more time? No, right at the buzzer. Right at the buzzer. Half a second left and Victoria gets the pin.
At the buzzer.
Wow, a true buzzer beater pinning combination. Judd rolled through it once, twice, thrice, 4, 5 times. And finally at the end, Victoria gets it. It's not going to show up in the stat sheet, so to speak, but what an effort by Chase Judd in that match. He really gave everything he had and then some. If there was a reserve tank, that's empty.
It's empty.
If there was a third tank, that
He went
one's
through it
drained.
all. But heck of an effort. Proud of him.
Huge effort by Chase Judd. You can't.
Okay.
I'm tired just looking at that.
Okay, we've got a sophomore, first-year wrestler coming out for Newport Harbor. This is Elliot Franco,
Okay.
and I don't know who his opponent is here, but I'm sure you have it over there.
Yeah, 182. Are we in the 182 penalty class?
We're at 170.
Okay, so 170. This should be Tyler De Fiesta.
De Fiesta.
Tyler De Fiesta, 170 for Cerritos, taking on the sophomore Elliot Franco from Newport Harbor.
This is his first varsity match.
So did he have to wrestle into this one? Did he have to earn this spot today, or how did he end up wrestling here today?
He did have a wrestle-off earlier this week and was able to earn this spot by virtue of a wrestle-off. And then because we had a little bit of an issue during weigh-ins where one of our wrestlers didn't show up, so he was going to be a backup. But when the guy didn't show up, one of our wrestlers didn't show up, he plugs into the spot. So here we are.
Here we are. What a time to wrestle your first match. Opening round CIF duels. Elliot Franco, welcome to the mat. So that's Tyler De Fiesta on the mat for the Cerritos Dons, wrestling Elliot Franco for Newport Harbor. 1 minute elapsed in the first period, still scoreless, and the overall dual meet score favors the Sailors 30-12. It was 30-0. Back-to-back pins for Cerritos, so now they're getting a little bit of momentum here.
A little bit of momentum. Elliot looks like he's doing a nice battle here. He's keeping aggressive. Any kind of win out of Elliot here is going to put Cerritos up against the wall, facing two senior standouts in the next two matches. So Cerritos is really going to need to, the Cerritos wrestler here is really going to need to take it to our sophomore, Elliot Franco,
well,
if the team's going to have a chance to get through.
And this is, I said, Tyler De Fiesta, who's a sophomore himself. So underclassmen, two underclassmen going at it. Two younger varsity wrestlers for the Sailors. First-time varsity wrestler, Elliot Franco. Final second, short time at the end of the first period.
Oh, nice. Nice. He's turning that corner. He's going to get a double legs. Oh, he got caught in a cradle.
No points. No
right
points.
At the buzzer. He's got to be a little careful on that takedown situation.
So neither wrestler awarded any points. We head to the second period. 2 minutes on the clock, scoreless. What's the strategy here for Franco?
So this is a little bit advanced, but we want to go bottom here. Typically in the second period, if we have choice, I like to defer to get a better look at the opponent and make a decision in the third period. But going bottom here in the second when it's 0-0 is actually strategically the better choice. The reason for that is that whoever scores first in the match gets choice in the double overtime criteria, triple overtime, the ultimate tiebreaker overtime. And so if it were to come to that, we want to be the first one to score, and it's easier to score out of the bottom position, as we're seeing here, hopefully. And so that's why we put him on bottom.
And he gets the escape.
Advanced technique, and it paid off.
First, wow. That's some real inside wrestling stuff there that I didn't know about.
Yeah, so in the overtime, if it goes all the way to the ultimate tiebreaker, whoever scores first in the match gets choice, top or bottom. And you want to have that choice.
What's the ultimate tiebreaker?
The ultimate tiebreaker is a 30-second match. One person's on top, one person's on bottom. And what happens is we got a takedown here by
Tyler De Fiesta for Cerritos, up 2-1. So I'm sorry, the ultimate tiebreaker?
The ultimate tiebreaker is a 30-second top-bottom match.
Oh, and a reversal.
There's a lot of action here. I can't get out my thoughts. Okay. And what happens is one wrestler's on top, one wrestler's on bottom. And after the 30 seconds, if the top wrestler rides the entire time, the entire 30 seconds, the top wrestler wins. If anyone scores, top or bottom, throughout that 30 seconds, then that person wins, whoever scores points.
So it's like a sudden death.
Sudden death.
With
sudden victory.
Sudden victory with
the tiebreaker criteria
favoring the top wrestler.
Favoring the top wrestler because it's a little harder to ride someone for 30 seconds.
Got it. So is that double overtime or
that
triple?
That is triple overtime.
Wow.
So the first round of overtime is 1 minute of takedowns, and the first one to get a takedown is the winner. Second round of overtime is both wrestlers go 30 seconds apiece. One gets choice, and the other one gets choice. So now we're going to get a point awarded because Elliot Franco cannot get set properly. So now the match is tied.
3-3. Second
caution.
period. 68 seconds to go in the second.
These are some rookie freshman mistakes that are happening here.
Two sophomore wrestlers making freshman mistakes. 3-3. And Coach Ballone's going to do some coaching from the broadcast booth. Back-to-back cautions against Elliot Franco. 4-3. Cerritos leads now after 2 penalty points awarded to the Dons. And it looks like now
There you go.
Instead of going top
So
bottom.
our strategy here is to make him go neutral because he's having a hard time. He's having a hard time getting set on the top position, so we are going to just give up the escape and try to go takedowns here.
So
he's having a hard time getting set on top. And now he doesn't have a foot on the line.
So Cerritos.
He is just giving up points left and right. He cannot get set properly.
The Dons racking up points there on some technicalities. It was 3-3. Now it's 7-3 in favor of Cerritos. So Elliot Franco's got to dig himself out of a hole. Put the shovel down, Elliot.
Yes. He did give up the takedown there.
Okay, 2 more points for the Dons. 9-3, 45 seconds left in the second period. Tough turn of events for Elliot Franco. Let's see if he can work his way out of this one. Looks like Dave Fiesta's really trying to break down Franco's arm.
Got that cross tricep hold. He did do
Boom.
it somewhat poorly there, and it slipped. Elliot needs to take this opportunity to maybe work for a fall, and maybe end this match before he gets more points taken away.
Final 15 seconds of the second period. Franco trying to avoid the escape. Nope, it goes in favor of Tyler Dave Fiesta. 10-5, Cerritos leads. Final 5 seconds of the match.
The sophomore's not used to a 2-2-2 match here. It's kind of showing a little bit.
He does look a bit winded out there. Typically, what would he wrestle? 1-2-2 or 1-1-1?
He's wrestled mostly 1-1-1. You can tell my wrestlers are conditioned not to show their tiredness. And he's already putting his hands on his hips. That's sort of a no-no in my room. That results in some extra push-ups if you're putting your hands on your hips.
So if a wrestler in the Bologna wrestling room is caught with their hands on their hips, they got to do some push-ups for that?
Yes, absolutely.
I think I remember that back from my day.
You probably do remember it. It probably is ingrained in there. Once I mentioned it, it just brought up a lot of terrible feelings.
Probably, because when I play like pickup basketball now, I'm always thinking, okay, I can't show that I'm tired. And that's probably from Coach Malone back in 2005.
That is my mantra. We can, of course, be tired out in wrestling. Wrestling is very tiring, but we never want to reveal that to our opponents. We always want to look fresh, eager, energetic, and just that alone might demoralize or intimidate our opponent. Like, how are they not tired? I don't understand. Anyway, that's been my mentality since I've been coaching.
Well, I'll tell you what, Elliot Franco must be pretty tired because no matter how hard you've beat that mantra into him, he's showing some fatigue out there on the mat.
He is showing you can tell he's very vertical in his wrestling stance. He doesn't have a good low squat type of wrestling stance. He's sort of hanging on for dear life here.
Hanging on by a thread, the sophomore. Well, going from 1-1-1 to 2-2-2 is
we got more penalty points for fleeing or for stalling. I'm not quite sure which one that was.
Either way, it's another point for Cerritos. 11-5, 6-point lead for the Dons.
The way I see it, we have he's got to let go of that. I believe that the Cerritos wrestler here, Del Fiesta, is up by more than 13-5. I think that he's got a few more points that are not up on the scoreboard. He's in a tight half Nelson here. If he can fight off this half Nelson, get to his belly, he's going to be in a real tough spot here if he gets turned over.
Final 30 seconds of the third period. Elliot Franco hanging on for dear life.
Now he's in a tight spot.
And that is a pin.
Another
Cerritos.
late pin for Cerritos.
The Dons crowd loves it. And another pin inside of the final 30 seconds of the third period. Cerritos now with 3 pins in a row, so the Dons finding some life. Sailors went up 30-0 in the dual meet. Now it's 30-18. 3 straight 6-point pins awarded to the Dons. And now we have the undefeated senior, one of the captains, Jack Larner, 7-0 on the season. 4 pins for Mr. Larner, and he will enter the mat. Step onto the mat for the Sailors. Wrestling, Mateo Martinez, 182-pound. And I believe Martinez is a freshman by my notes here, if I can line up my chart. Yes, Mateo Martinez, a freshman.
Okay, here we go. Senior against freshman.
Let's see if Larner can smell some blood in the water.
Larner is nursing an injury, as you might be able to guess here with the tape. Again, another wrestler I couldn't keep off the mat even if I wanted to. he is going to battle through anything. 4 years with us. He will also try to make quick work of a match if possible to maintain, to minimize chance of furthering his injury.
30 seconds in, Larner up 2-0. He's got the takedown and he's going to work on top. What kind of move, pinning combination might we see from Larner here, Coach?
You're going to see Larner. He's knowledgeable on many pinning combinations, so it's going to come down to what his opponent gives up. Right now, he's working. It was potentially working for a cradle. He's crashing the arm, looking for a breakdown, break the wrestler flat. He's got a cross wrist, so you're going to see a tilt here. And it's working that chicken wing, that left arm there. If he threads it in and through and onto the back, then we're going to be looking at a chicken wing, and he's there. So if he can get that his left arm up and onto his back, yeah, this is a chicken wing position. Real strong from here. He has opted to circle the other direction. It can work, but a chicken wing is better if he's hopping on the other side. I don't know what he's doing here. He's trying to take him over. There. Now he's got a north-south position. Potential.
Near fall.
He's got to trap that arm. That inside arm is almost on its way out. Now he got him.
Gordon Hill slaps the mat. Jack Larner remains undefeated on the season. 8-0 for the Sailors senior. 182-pounder, his 5th pin of the year. And the Sailors add to their lead, 36-18. You know what's crazy, Coach? It's been all pins.
It has, every match.
Every match decided by fall in this dual meet CIF Division 6 Round 1 matchup between the Sailors and the Dons. It's been nothing but pins, which is fun. We like to see pins. I think the audience loves it. They tune in for that pinning action.
Yeah, see when we're going to slap the mat, as you say.
Yeah, they like that.
So you can't spell Larner without what?
You can't spell Larner without, you know what, this one, we might have to come back to this one.
All right.
Do you have something?
I was putting you on the spot there.
No, that one I've got no puns. I've got no puns in the bank.
So another senior standout for us, Aiden Gassel. He's been undefeated as well.
4-0 on the season. Gassel, and is he wrestling here at 195?
He is. We bumped him up to 195.
So he is taking on from the Cerritos side, Julian Facucci.
Okay.
195-pound weight class. Gassel, you said, being bumped up?
Yeah, we had to bump the lineup up a little bit due to a missed weigh-in.
And looks like Cerritos head coach Rob Paramaki tending to his wrestler over
there. We got
there.
a wardrobe malfunction on the headgear.
Get the headgear fixed, and Julian Facucci steps back in the ring, taking on the senior 195-pounder today, Aiden Gassel, 4-0 on the year.
So I do have a for those of you watching at home, one more pin by a Newport Harbor wrestler will put the match. The worst the Newport Harbor will be able to do, if we get one more pin here, is a tie. And then it comes down to tie-breaking criteria, which we'll deal with if we need to get there. But a pin by any more Newport Harbor wrestlers is gonna put us in a tie situation. There's a tiebreaker criteria, and we can go through all that if and when that becomes a reality.
Takedown for Gassel. Well, this is another Newport Harbor senior Sharks circling in the water scenario, as the senior undefeated Gassel taking on a freshman in Julian Facucci. So
I'm impressed with Facucci. He's battled well for the first minute of the match, preventing a takedown for the first minute, scrambling, fighting, countering. He is now on bottom, and Gassel's working for a fall here. Looks like a half Nelson.
Near fall points being awarded by Gordon Hill.
And so he is doing what I tell my wrestlers not to do. You don't want to look at the pin. You want to get your head up, let the ref get a nice clear view of it, arch your back, presses the shoulders down to the mat. But it looks like Gassel wants to wrestle a little bit more in this match. So he's allowed the escape so he can work another takedown.
He gets that takedown quickly. 12 seconds remaining in the first period.
And here's another half Nelson attempt. He's got 8 seconds left, so if he gets a quick fall here, he is getting near fall.
Right on the edge. The buzzer sounds.
2 near fall.
We head to the second period, 9-1 after those 2 near fall points awarded. Gassel leading by 8 heading to the second period. One of the 8 seniors, I believe, on this squad.
We have 8 total seniors, but in the lineup tonight, I believe there are 4 or 5.
Larner, Gassel,
Josh.
Martinez. I think just 3 by my count.
Yeah, it could be, yes.
3 Sailor seniors tonight.
3 Sailor seniors in the lineup. Okay. So we got a reversal here.
2 more points for Gassel.
Yep, now we got a 10-point lead. We got 5 points. 5 points to work on getting a fall here. He does have the stack position, which he wanted.
And this?
Okay, this is a near side cradle. He has to get the fall now. Any more near fall that doesn't result in a pin is going to be a tech fall. That is the fall.
And he got it. He must have heard you, Coach.
Yeah, he I think he knew what the score was. Good work by Aiden Gassel.
Aiden Gassel totally in control of that match from the get-go. Dusts the dirt off his shoulders, shakes hands with Fukuchi. Tough assignment there for the freshman going against
a tough assignment.
A tough senior from the Sailors, and Aiden Gassel gets the win. Sailors now up in the dual meet 42-18. The worst they could do is tie. If everything went bad. If everything
we got
went sour.
pinned from here on out, it would be a tie, and it would come back to a tie-breaking criteria. So on the flip side of that, any more victory by Newport Harbor, or any match that goes 6 minutes is going to result, we got a forfeit. Well, that secures
That's it. Okay, well, before you can get all the criteria out of your mouth, Sailors have now secured the win in this dual meet. Congratulations, Coach.
All right, we're going on to the next round.
So 2 years ago, you wrestled Rim of the World.
And
did you win there?
We had a first-round victory.
Okay, so then what happened?
And then we wrestled Newberry Park in the quarterfinals and had a very close loss.
Okay.
In the quarters, and then what do we got here, heavyweight, real quick, just so I can write it in.
Heavyweight for the Sailors, we have Skylar Odom, correct?
Yeah, no, Odom is out. He didn't weigh in today.
Oh, okay. So who do we have?
I meant for them.
For them, that
I know.
Be Safe.
Iqbal? Yeah. Iqbal.
Okay. Safe
Congratulations, Iqbal, for the forfeit win. So we lost to Newberry Park in the quarters. And lost in that year. We had a pretty strong team. We had chances to go into the semis or the finals of that, but we missed it by one dual meet. So anyway, yeah. So here we are.
Here we are. Sailors have punched their ticket to wrestle either Montebello or Valley View on Saturday in the quarterfinals. And we are at the 106-pound weight class from the Sailors. The freshman, Micah Van Grol, taking on the 106-pounder from Cerritos, Christian Espinoza. And it's a quick 2-point takedown. Espinoza going to work.
He does. Espinoza is going to be looking for that cradle. And Micah's fighting it off real well. We did have a change in our lineup. For those of you who have watched our live stream before, Valentino Salvatasso has been our 106-pounder most of the season. Here's the cradle that I was speaking of that Espinoza likes to go to.
And you see Van Grol fighting out of that one. Coach losing his headset. Coach Balone doing a little coaching from the broadcast booth, telling Jack Larner to keep his straps up on his singlet.
Go ahead. Yeah, if a wrestler has got their straps down,
there we go.
I'm all discombobulated. If a wrestler has their straps down beyond beyond the bench, we could be deducted a team point. So that was what I was doing there. Anyway, Micah Van Grol and Valentino Sabatasso had a wrestle-off earlier this week for Micah to take over the 106-pound spot. But like a good teammate, Valentino weighed in, was ready to go just in case. But go ahead and make the call here. What happened?
It was a pin. It was a decision by fall for 106-pounder Christian Espinoza. So tally 6 more to the Cerritos Dons total in the dual meet. First period pin for the sophomore Espinoza over the freshman Micah Van Grol. Van Grol falls to 2-4 on the year. And we move on to the 113-pound weight class. This will be our last
match of the night.
Last match of the night for the Sailors. Sophomore Caleb Wheeler coming in 2-4 on the year. Both those wins coming by pin, and he will wrestle Hayden Jang, the 113-pounder for Cerritos.
Another change in the lineup. Caleb Wheeler's been a 120-pounder most of the season, but he dropped down to 113s and took the vacated Micah Van Grol spot. And so here's our Caleb Wheeler, who has the the gas tank of I don't know, like a diesel carrying a bunch of gas in the back.
He's our resident cyclist on the team. He's our Century
correct.
Club rider, right?
That's right.
And it does look like that bike shorts tan is still evident,
it's
although
still
it's
evident.
faded a bit.
I will tell you, we got to get the cycling talk because our fans love it. I know out there.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I've been hearing some things like all you guys do is talk about coffee and cycling, but
Well, what
we
what
did
could be
very
better?
little coffee talk. But
Yeah, how was your cold brew?
it was good. It hit the spot.
I didn't tell you this before I gave it to you, but they filled it up so full at the coffee shop, out of bounds, no points. They filled it up so full, it was spilling out. I actually took the lid off and had a sip or two from the side just
Okay.
to prevent coffee from spilling on my pants.
I do have to ask you a question. Are you vaccinated?
I am.
Are you COVID safe?
I'm COVID
You
safe.
could have told me that beforehand.
I felt comfortable, but I also thought, okay, I'm gonna, we've got the straw.
We do.
Now I'm wondering, well, man, Coach Blown might be getting angry here as I tell him this, but I had to do it for my own safety and to
Yeah.
save the interior of my automobile.
Yes,
so.
of course.
But I thought about it. I thought, okay, I'm vaxxed, both
Yeah.
doses. And Coach Blown's a guy with a strong immune system. I know that, so I'm going to
a lot
take
of years
this
of
risk.
being in the classroom, you took a risk.
A lot of
Rolled
years
the
in the
dice.
wrestling.
And I haven't
in
put
the
you in
wrestling
any
room.
kind of wrestling hold yet, so I think you're in the clear.
Yeah, you could take me down.
Maybe, in theory.
In theory.
In theory.
Still scoreless here in our last match of the day. Caleb Wheeler and Hayden Jang.
As you guys know, any match that goes to distance for Caleb makes me feel more confident because like I said, he does have a gas tank. He can overcome some technical difficulties against wrestlers with better technique if he can make it the distance. Caleb and I have ridden the last 2-3 Sundays in a row. And 40 plus miles, pretty hard riding. So
Well,
I know he's out there working out.
What's been your favorite ride so far, like destination-wise?
The last couple of Sundays, we rode down PCH. Oh, he's in a cradle. These lighter weights really from Cerritos like their cradles.
4 seconds to go.
Jang's really got that locked up tight, but luckily we're going to be saved by the bell here.
Saved by the bell, 2-0. At the end of one, Cerritos Jang leads over Caleb Wheeler. Last match of the day, 113-pound weight class. Wheeler looking for win number 3. And for the punctuation mark, the exclamation point on this opening round postseason dual meet for the Sailors.
Jang does choose top here, so I think he's feeling confident with his top work, his cradle. He did stop the first move there. But to answer your question, we left from the bike shop called Two Wheels One Planet on Sunday morning, and we rode down Pacific Coast Highway down to Crown Valley, and went up Crown Valley, and then a Pacific.
That's a long ride, Coach.
Yeah, well, and then we did Pacific Island Drive, and if you're not familiar, it's a pretty steep climb. About it ranges from like 8 to 12% grade for over a mile, and then ended up on the other side of Aliso and rode back through Irvine and actually back through Laguna Canyon to get back to Two Wheels One Planet. So good ride, about 40 plus miles.
Yeah, that's
And
serious.
Caleb climbed well. He good strong kid.
Wow.
For all
I'm
you cycling
jealous.
fans out there.
I'm jealous, and shout out to all of our cycling.
We must also mention that Mr. Scott Osumi and our principal Sean Bolton made this live stream possible.
Well,
So
big thanks to them.
Big thanks to them for letting this live stream go, and it's great. I hope all of you at home are enjoying the match.
Well, a bit of history being made because it is our first postseason wrestling live stream.
That's correct.
And I think, is this our first? I'm trying to.
First live stream in the big gym.
For wrestling, it is. Yeah, there's so many firsts on TART. It's kind of like cheating because it's a
you
year
know,
of firsts.
It's a year first, but also it's a COVID year, so there's a lot of firsts related to COVID.
We've had our first outdoor wrestling match. Now we've had our first live stream in the gym, our first postseason live stream.
We had a live stream in the small gym, now a live stream in the big gym, and our first CIF live stream. A lot of firsts.
So the first for our postseason live stream, actually, that goes to girls soccer. We live streamed their game against
Great.
Hart, and that was our first CIF
That's
postseason
excellent.
live stream.
So it looks like we got kind of what we wanted here. We're getting deep into the match. We're only down 2-0. Caleb's got a big gas tank. Let's see what he can do in the third period. Let's see if the words that I have claimed about him come to pass. I could be
2-0.
proven a fool.
You could be.
We'll see.
Talking about the gas tank of Caleb Wheeler heading into the third period.
Okay, what are we going to choose? We're going to choose neutral, and we're going to try to get that takedown and tie it up. Great strategy.
Only 2 points through 2 periods. And it is Hayden Jang, the 113-pounder from Cerritos, leading. Sailors will win this dual meet.
So everything else is gravy.
But, of course, both wrestlers.
Oh, nice whizzer. Good action there. He was almost gave up the takedown, but kept that whizzer with his left arm, for those of you who are familiar with a whizzer.
I know the whizzer.
Yeah. And that saved the takedown. Good job, Caleb.
Still a 2-0 lead for Cerritos.
Good takedown attempt by Jang.
Out of bounds. Caleb Wheeler will have 91 seconds to try to even this thing up. And, Coach, you talked up his gas tank. Let's see it in action here.
Let's see it in action.
Let's see that.
He is backing up. That's concerning me a little bit. That's often the sign of someone's running out of gas a little bit.
Century Club bicycle rider, avid cyclist, Caleb Wheeler, the sophomore, wrestling down a weight class.
With the bike tan.
With the bike tan, so you know he's legit. He's down 2-0.
He is still working here.
Just over 60 seconds remain here in this match, final match.
1 minute to go. He's got to push the pace here. He's got to look for an opening. Got to hit a setup. This might be the first match of the night that goes 6 minutes.
It's been all pins.
All pins and forfeits.
All pins and forfeits. That's crazy.
Across the board.
6 points every time. In theory, a high-scoring dual meet.
We do have a caution for backing up. So if he gets cautioned again, that'll be a point for Cerritos and more or less put the match out of reach at 3-0 based on what we've seen so far. Really evenly matched. Okay, a shot attempt.
If he can get behind, he'll tie it up.
He's trying to finish that double. He turned it in the wrong direction, but it is working. He did get the 2.
He ties it up.
We have a tie match.
22
He's
seconds.
working that half now. Okay, we might get into this overtime situation. How exciting.
That would be
for the
fun.
last match of the night. We got 15 seconds.
Talking about the Caleb Wheeler gas tank. Can he hang on?
He's got to grab that. He's got to, okay,
Whoa.
He's got to go get it.
6 seconds to go. Caleb Wheeler has to do something.
He's got 4 seconds. He doesn't realize the time.
Someone tell him the time.
No one told him.
And that's it. The horn sounds. What an escape.
That's the inexperience of a new varsity wrestler, sophomore wrestler, but great match. First one of the night to go to the distance.
The great escape of Hayden Jang, and they come away victorious. Our first full-length match of the day, our first non-pin or forfeit. And the 113-pounder Hayden Jang gets a 1-point victory, 3-2 over Caleb Wheeler. And that does it for our opening round CIF Division 6 dual meet between the Sailors and the Dons. And Newport Harbor comes away victorious. A 15-point win in the dual meet, 48-33. Coach, how are you feeling?
Good. That means another 3 days of practice. And then another match on Saturday.
And that
Schedule
excites you.
that bus.
That excites you, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Well,
it's been great working with these kids, especially in this crazy COVID year. It's been an honor coaching these young men and women on our team. So, good match by Cerritos. A lot of good pins on their side as well, and good competitive matches.
So Saturday, Newport Harbor will go on the road to either Montebello or Valley View.
Correct.
And be in the quarterfinals of the CIF Division 6 dual meets.
Maybe a TAR radio. Unknown. We'll see.
Could be. Stay in touch.
We'll coordinate.
Have your people talk to my people, and
Absolutely.
we'll see if we can put it on the radio.
I love it.
All right, Coach Balone, fun
Thank
as
you.
always. Thanks, man. I
we'll
appreciate
see you out
it.
There.
Go Sailors.
Okay, go Sailors.
Well, for that does it here from Ralph K. Reed Gymnasium. Sailors victorious, 15-point win in the dual meet, 48-33. And that will wrap things up here from Newport Harbor. Sailors go on the road either to Montebello or Valley View on Saturday. Maybe we'll have that match for you on TAR Radio. We will see. TarTV will be back in action tomorrow night at 6 p.m. We've got boys volleyball taking on San Clemente in the opening round of the CIF playoffs. We'll have that for you live as Newport Harbor tries to get another CIF championship storied volleyball program here. So tune in tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. We'll be back in action. Big thanks to Coach Balone for joining me on this broadcast. Sydney Griffin for coming in and producing it. Sean Bolton and Jerry Murray for doing what they do at this school. And everybody who made tonight's broadcast possible. Again, Sailors win by 15, 48-33 over Cerritos. Moving on to the CIF Division 6 quarterfinals. For my broadcast partner, Coach Dominic Balone, this is Alex Crawford saying, from Ralph K. Reed Gymnasium to Davidson Field, from the senior lot to the bell tower, you've been watching Newport Harbor Wrestling on TAR TV. Go Sailors!